Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the National Timely Action Hour. This is the show where we talk about everything from comics to Lord of the Rings and everything in between. My name is Aiden, and I hope that you're doing well today. We are going to be doing issue 8 of Marvel Superhero Secret Wars by Jim Shooter and Mike Zeck. This is part 8 of our 12-part series review of Secret Wars. So this issue is from December of 1984, and it's called Invasion. So it starts off with the heroes going to Doom Base to avenge the Wasp. We've got Captain Marvel, Hulk, Spider-Man, Thor, Iron Man, the Human Torch, Captain America, The Thing, Mr. Fantastic, and Spider-Woman. So She-Hulk is already at Doom Base, but they beat her to a bloody pulp. So they break in using Thor's hammer. Meanwhile, we see the Enchantress drunk on mead that she magically conjured, and she's lamenting how Thor has rejected her advances yet again, and she's just drowning herself in her sorrows. It's pretty funny to see her drunk and falling over. Then we see Molecule Man in the infirmary, and his girlfriend Volcana is tending to him. And then we see Claw and Lizard meet, and they interact. It's kind of funny. Then we cut back to Doc Ock, Titania, Absorbing Man, and the Wrecking Crew wailing on She-Hulk. They hear the commotion, and they're like, oh crap, it's Thor and his buddies. We gotta go. And Doc Ock throws She-Hulk against some of the rubble, and he's like, that'll fix her. Then he goes. Meanwhile, Doctor Doom is in his bedroom, just absolutely out of it, and Ultron is guarding him. He's like, then we see the heroes crash through the wall, and they get attacked by the villains. The Wrecker hits Iron Man with his magic crowbar. It F's him up, and he repulsor blasts him out of the way. He's like, I think my rib is broken. Then Doc Ock uses his tentacle to crack open this container holding a lot of water, and it splashes onto the Human Torch. He's like, have a drink on me. And then Spider-Man mops the floor with Pile Driver, and then he hits Absorbing Man. He's like, ugh! Then the Thing jumps in, he's wailing on him. Then he turns back into Ben Grimm. He's like, oh, not now. And then Spider-Woman comes, and she finishes off Absorbing Man. It's pretty cool. Then, on the next page, we see Thor taking care of Doc Ock. And we have this interaction between Hawkeye and Pile Driver. And, Hawkeye's like, he misses, and he's like, uh-oh. Then Pile Driver starts mocking him, and he's like, you're gonna need Hawkeye from the show MASH to fix you up. Then he gets shot in the arm, in the shoulder, like above his heart. He's like, ah! And his reaction to this is hilarious. He's like, huh? I've been shot? Oh my lord, I'm wounded. And he just falls over. Then Hulk bashes through the Enchantress's area, and she uses her spell on him, and he just falls to his knees, and then Cap's like, hey, what's going on with Hulk? And he just bashes Amora with his shield after she tries that same crap on him. And he's like, no, thank you, lady. And then the Human Torch starts to recover. He meets up with Cap. He's like, what are we going to do? Where we got to go? He's like, let's go find Doom. Then we see Titania trying to drop a huge-ass metal beam on them, and Spider-Man annihilates her. He just tosses her around, mocks her with his quips, wipes the floor with her. It's great. Then Hawkeye and the Thing, now Ben Grimm, have to go find where the others are because they got separated, and they run into Lizard and Claw, and they reason with them and start playing patty cake. It's hilarious. Then we cut back to Volcana and Molecule Man and Mr. Fantastic, Iron Man, Thor, and Spider-Woman find them, and Volcana starts shooting her magma at them, burns Iron Man, and fuses his some of his wires and transistors and stuff. And Mr. Fantastic goes to grab him, and he burns his hands. And then Thor throws his hammer, but Molecule Man puts up a force field, and Spider-Woman's like, I got none. And then Captain Marvel grabs him, and she's like, hey, stop it. And that starts to open his wounds from where Wolverine slashed him. He's like, ah! And she's like, sorry. Then we cut back to Spider-Man whipping Titania's butt, and he throws her out the wall. He throws her through the wall, and she falls down. She survives, obviously, but she's really messed up. Then Cap and the Human Torch fight Ultron. It's pretty cool. And Torch tries to melt him. He's like, uh-oh, that's not working. Cap's like, it's adamantium. I've been dealing with this guy for a while now. You got to use your supernova flame because that's your ultimate move. And he's like, but you'll die, Cap. He's like, I got my shield with me, man. Don't worry, son. Go get him. And so he uses the Nova Flame and he defeats Ultron, and it's awesome. He's like, ah. So the Human Torch defeats Ultron, and Cap runs over to Doom's room, and he sees that he's completely wasted out of it. He's like, alright, we're going to put you in the dungeon. So that's where when we see the patty cake game between Thing, Hawkeye, Claw, and Lizard. And then She-Hulk is found by Captain Marvel, and she brings her to the infirmary, and we get this dialogue between Captain America and Mr. Fantastic where they're talking about their feelings on all of this and how Cap feels responsible for Janet's death because if he had only given the order that they would have gone out and found her, but Reed's like, hey, don't worry about it. You did everything you could. And this is really the best outcome for us because we won. We got all these prisoners now. And then we cut back to the village. And Colossus is with Zaji. He brings her to her hut because she fainted. She's out of it. And he uses the vapors to connect with her to mind meld like in Star Trek. And he sees that Wasp was in a death-like stasis, but Zaji used basically all of her powers to heal her. And so Wasp is alive, yay! And she's immediately like, oh, my hair, my makeup. Classic Wasp. And back at the spot where the X-Men are with Magneto, they're observing Galactus and they're like, oh no! Because he's starting to eat the planet. And we cut back to Doom Base where Mr. Fantastic is fixing up Iron Man's armor. And we have this interesting interaction between them. He's like, Iron Man's like, I'm curious, were you surprised there was a black man under the metal? And Mr. Fantastic says, no, I never gave it any thought. I knew that there was a man under there. So, Mr. Fantastic, not racist, confirmed. Which is cool. Then, Spider-Man runs into Hulk and Thor, and he's like, hey, Thor, you got your cape back and your helmet back. And Thor's like, aye, yes, we were just in this room, and Hulk helped me fix my costume. And Hulk's like, just go through there, and you can fix your costume, because Spider-Man's costume got all torn up. So he goes to this machine, and he's like, okay, I think this is it. And this black ball drops out of it. He's like, what's this? And then it goes onto his Army's like, whoa. And then we get the alien costume. And then he feels an earthquake. He's, what's that? Then Professor X projects to the Avengers and Mr. Fantastic. Cap, come at once. It has begun. Galactus is devouring the planet. Dun dun dun. To be continued. And that is issue 8 of Secret Wars, ladies and gentlemen. And then here is the cover of issue 9. So this was an action-packed issue. It was balls to the wall action. A lot of good character moments in it too. Some funny moments that made me audibly laugh out loud. And this is one of the most famous parts of the Secret Wars because it's when Spider-Man gets the alien costume. And this is just a really cool issue. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. If you're new to my channel and want to check out more comic book reviews or any of my other videos, I do video game gameplays, TV show reviews, movie reviews, and you want to check that out, subscribe and ring the bell to be notified when I post new videos. And in the description of this, I will leave the links to my podcast as well as my Patreon page and Spring Store. So if you'd like to support the channel financially, I would greatly appreciate that. And I will also leave the links to my social media profile. So if you want to get updates or send me a message, feel free to do so. And thank you so much for watching this video. I sincerely hope that you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Bye.